Good afternoon. Welcome to the Thematic program on Fintech and Digitalization organized by the Academy of Finance. I'm Henry Chang from the Digitalization Office of the Hong Kong Monetary Authority. Today's module is actually the second of the 4 modules in the Thematic program, covering from Fintech, artificial intelligence, machine learning, algo trading to transformation. Today's theme is on cryptography and cybersecurity. We're very delighted to have 3 esteemed speakers, including Ms. Clara Chiu from SFC, Dr. K.B. Chow from the University of Hong Kong, and also Henry Azanian from PwC. But before they come to share their insights, we are actually delighted to have, we're very honored to have a section on industry leader sharing to kick off today's seminar. Today we have Ericson Chan, Group Chief Information and Digital Officer from Zurich Insurance. Let's welcome Ericson. Hi, Ericson. I think I need to say morning to you, isn't it?
Hi, good afternoon. How are you?
Fine, thanks, Ericson. Now, I know you not spend much time in Switzerland. That's why of the time zone difference. You're actually no stranger to many of us, having previously held the position of CEO at Ping An Technology, helping it to transform its business model using Fintech and online platform. Now, I understand that you're going to talk about the latest development of Fintech and what areas financial institution executives should pay attention to. Now, before I hand over the time to you, Ericson, I just want to say a note on the logistics for the audience. Because Ericson is going to talk for about 10 minutes and then open for discussion for another 5 minutes. If audience have any question, please raise your question in the Q&A box on your screen. That should be on the bottom right-hand corner. So without further ado, can I just pass the time to Ericson? Over to you, Ericson, please.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon. It is always a pleasure to talk about FinTech, especially in Hong Kong, even virtually. So FinTech has gone into, I would call it a turbocharged mode right now. It's fantastic to see AoF is organizing these seminars with the topic like AI, crypto, algo trading, and so forth. They are very relevant because they are the mechanical part of FinTech. They are the bottom-up view to illustrate how AI, for example, generate better insight, forecast, human-like interactions, so a lot more efficient in many ways, and how we do things. So this is the bottom-up mechanical view. It will match with the top-down use case-based view. So that is what it means is which area of the finance is being enhanced. In fact, it covered pretty much every single area. It goes from payment to banking, digital first banking, digital lending. So it's for not only personal and also on the commercial side, wealth management. So, and then it's because of technology, AI and so forth, big data, you can even do robo-advisories, so you can democratize wealth management. Insurance, of course. Insurance is not just about instant claims. You have more personalized product, better underwriting, and capital market, and which we'll cover later on about for example, algo trading. So this is very important to have the bottom-up technical, mechanical view and also matching the use case-based view. So then you get a full appreciation on the potentials and opportunities. So while we know one of the accelerating factor is the technology advancement, there are a number of other factors. I would say 3 other factors in addition to the tech advancement is driving the acceleration of FinTech. So the second one will be the funding. If you look at the Q1 of this year, actually it's the largest, even under the COVID situation globally, it was the largest funding quarter on record ever. So there were more than 600 deals closed globally, and it has attracted $22–23 billion. So the deal growth is phenomenal. It's quarter on quarter is double the previous one. And it is not a single market or country phenomenon. This is go across entire world, especially in Europe and including Asia also. So why is the funding is generating at this speed? Partially, it's because of the specs. I'm sure you all have heard of the specs. And then, and with this spec, and it is getting the least less friction to generate or attract this kind of a funding. For example, in Q1, eToro, MoneyLion, and SoFi, we'll talk about SoFi, they all get this kind of through this spec vehicle to attract funding. So very proud because SoFi about a year ago, when they decided to go abroad, they have acquired a Hong Kong homegrown fintech company. It's called X Securities. So this is very proud that is and when they decided to go abroad, the first place to go to is Hong Kong. It is just illustrate how well Hong Kong fintech has been developing. So other than funding, that will be the big tech area. So if you look at it, there are plenty of examples of how, for example, Facebook, Apple, even they're getting into the fintech space. Apple specifically, Apple Pay now is supporting crypto payment, payment with a BitPay, and then now they have a BitPay card. I'm sure Henry is going to talk about that later on. So you got Microsoft, Google, and closer to Hong Kong, you get Ali, Tencent. They are all piling into the fintech space. And then in addition to that is, of course, the incumbent banks or incumbent insurer is also not sitting still. JP Morgan Chase, for example, in Q1 in January this year, just not long ago, launched a digital consumer banking in the UK. And HSBC UK launched this year, also launched SME mobile first banking services, HSBC Kinetic. And then, of course, Hong Kong is also getting very buoyant because of the recent virtual bank. A number of virtual bank is launching a lot of new and exciting services. So, and there is a lot of different things, and from funding to tech advancement to the incumbent to big tech is really turbocharging, I would say, the fintech industry as a whole today. Let me pause here, Henry. So let's see if there's any questions so far.
Yes, sure. Thank you, Ericson, for the very insightful sharing. Certainly, we are seeing the lasting impact of technology in the financial sector. Actually, I'm getting a couple of, at least a couple of questions. Some of them are very, very interesting. So maybe I'll just let's try to cover them all if possible. An audience asking, you mentioned about tech is actually changing not just the product and services, but actual business model. For example, in the hospitality industry, Airbnb is changing the business model. Uber is changing the transport business model as well. So how would you see fintech change the business model among financial institution or finance industry as a whole?
Yeah, this is a very good question, Henry. So I would say there are two things. One is how the way of financial industry, and then I'll talk about the business model. Because of the tech advancement, so we can be a lot more customer focused. We have been talking about customer centricity for a long time. But with the new emerging technologies, and you can tell in the past how technology works in the past in the financial industry. We have been training ourselves, trained in human to interact with the machines. So we have to learn how to work with different programs, applications, and machines. But now to the point we can train the machines how to interact, how to learn how to interact with the human. So because of these changes, the whole customer centricity, the possibility is very, very different. So instead of making people come to us, want to buy our product, we can genuinely provide services that people want. So the angle is quite different now. So it's genuinely about customer centricity. It can offer any services, any place, anywhere, anytime. So that is the way of banking, of way of finance. But on the business model side, it is beyond what we have just talked about being driving efficiency. It's not just about making things more convenient or killing pain points. Matter of fact, it is helping customer to achieve their ultimate purpose. So what does that mean? For example, speaking about, for example, Zurich. So we of course, we offer health insurance. But this is health insurance is to help customer when they get sick, when they have a medical bill, we can do the claims and do reimbursement. But this is at the ultimate purpose or objective of our customer is want to be healthier. They want to be healthier, live healthier, well-being, and even looking better because they're healthier. And so because of the technology today, we can move further up and down the value chain to help the customer achieve their ultimate purpose. So for example, we also are active, so we have acquired some of the health tech company and we are developing our own. So we are helping the customer so to live day in, day out with different advisors, how to exercise, well-being, meditation, different ways to even make your life, yourself healthier, so that you don't reduce the chance to even getting sick. So this is moving to a different way of looking at the business model. And if we talk about, we also offer cybersecurity insurance, for example, but it's not just when there's an incident, happens. So we do the financial coverage, but we will move further up. How do we do risk assessment? How do we help to do some more preventative measure before or having avoid incidents from happening? Or if there's an incident, how do you do post-incident recovery? So these are some of the examples that we are moving from. The industry step by step is moving from going from selling of a product to become a service first before we even talk about selling of a product. So the changes is getting closer and more closer to what an internet business company would do first. So it's a service to sales. And I often talk about, for example, Spotify, you don't even need to pay, but you can enjoy the service first until you get to really familiarize, understand the product before you start to pay them. So this is a whole new paradigm the industry can be moving to because of that.
Right, thank you. Now, time's pressing, but I'm pleased to have a very interesting question that perhaps many people would want to ask. So maybe very quickly, as an incumbent bank or insurer, which specific tech areas is the top priority that should be focusing on?
Yes, and I would not just say one or isolate only one, maybe two or three of them needs to pay close attention to. Of course, digitalization is happening, and which I would not, everybody naturally would be focusing on. So which I would not highlight. I will highlight two other. One is open banking. Is how do we go from online to mobile to platform or open so that we can increase the connectivity seamlessly. So I know HKMA also is pushing for or introducing an open banking way so that let different fintech company linking with the banks easier. I think this is very necessary so that when I mentioned the business model is changing, you offer different services, you will need to be able to open it up and link with different service provider seamlessly. So open banking is critical. So that is one. And the second, I would say, arguably, is the most important, is data. Data, of course, we know the compliance, privacy, that is critical, then we all are paying a lot of attention about. But it's beyond just that in how do we genuinely derive insights so that we can be more able to do predictive capability, so make suggestions, so we can all act upon a lot quicker. So I will just stop from here. I think key will be digitization, open banking, and then truly leveraging data.
Right, thank you, Ericson, for your time and great sharing. Unfortunately, time for the industry sharing has come to an end because we do have a packed day to come. I'm sure there will be more opportunity for you to share your insight with the audience through the Academy of Finance. I just want to, on behalf of the AoF and everybody, just want to express our thanks to you again. Thank you, Ericson.
Thank you. You all have a great seminar.
Thank you.